guys, a good great morning to all who tuned into the realest thing coming out of Guyana. Yep. Possibly the world undisputably so. And if you didn't get that and you felt there was a pause there, right? You are tuned into the realest thing coming out of Guyana, possibly the world undisputably so. So this morning, what has made me into who I am, the reason what I seek after, corruption, weak politicians, corrupt politicians. We have sought after that. This is how the Guyanese Critic began, right? There was the interest to ensure the people get their fair share. And the big discussion this morning is Vice SHOWTIME Series that was aired yesterday on Guyana, and it's named Guyana for Sale, right? And for clarity, a lot of people are posting up. Rickford Jerk, for instance, is saying that he was blocked. Yes, anybody that posts the video up, it's copyright content. Vice SHOWTIME Series is to make money. They expect you to go to Showtime and cable TV and look at it. They don't expect you to share it like how you share everything else in Guyana. The intention is to make money. Unlike news, CNN and so on, you give people the information openly, right? The interest of the Vice SHOWTIME Series is a show. That's why it's on Showtime and it's not on CNN or it's not on BBC. Right? Just for clarity. Now we're going to go in, and I first have to make you aware of my part and my role as it begins from, and that's for clarity, because one would want to know why or how, what affords Critic the opportunity to discuss on vice and corruption and the vice president. What affords me that opportunity? How me reach it? The president said me the byway is going to gaff it. Me might depend gaff for all you know. Well, contrary to what is the public gaff out there, I am, yes, the realest thing coming out of Guyana. And nobody else can say that for themselves. Right? So I'm looking at the comments here and I'm following you guys, and you guys. Now, Isabel, right away we getting into it. And the claims that you've seen it, you will see the video on my program. Isabel Young is a reporter with Vice SHOWTIME Series. You could go on Showtime and get it. There's nobody holding you back from getting that, contrary to what people are saying. You could go and get that series on Showtime. You pay for the opportunity to look at it and you'll get the full series. Right? So, now, how this is her WhatsApp. And what this is about is clarity. Shows my direct connection. That's her name. And that is my contact. And this is the first time Isabel Young made contact with me. It was on January the 21st, 2020. That was even before Vice came to Guyana. Right? So when one is asking, how Critic now come? Because there's no other journalists in this country. There ain't got no other body in this country except who are interviewed secretly on camera could say anything definitively about Vice except based on what they show in their video. And y'all know what is do. This that you're getting here is live. That is a feed from my computer looking at my WhatsApp chat. Right? You can't make up this. They say nothing edit, right? Live and direct. Me, you, your picnic, your mama man, Vice President, Isabel Young, and everybody there here. Right? So, when Isabel reached out to me on January the 21st, she said, "Hi, Critic, this is Isabel Young here. I'm a journalist with Vice News. We make documentaries for HBO, Showtime, and Hulu in the US and abroad." It was clear as day what they do. And they ain't Transparency International. They got their own issues. That is not my concern. Because the opposition would want to make it out that I got issues too. The opposition came one time in front of my house and protested to create an atmosphere to suggest that I was racist. So everybody got some little shit on them at some point in time as a result of somebody who wanted to seem that way. Right? So we're currently working, this is what Isabel, this is the message and what it states. We're currently working on a report about Guyana, and I was hoping to jump on a quick call about it and ask for your help. Let me know if you have time for a quick call. Right? That's how I get involved with Vice News. It's clear as day. I was reached out to. Now, we moved on. And I will play. I asked what exactly could I be of, how exactly could I be of help? And immediately thereafter, I made a phone call. The first discussion we had, and you got going back to the Vice News, I going in as to what is. Before Vice News come and say, no, we never know the man, we never talk to the man. There were a number of phone calls between myself and Isabel Young. Right? The first, their interest is, and Isabel Young said, all roads, Mr. Rodriguez, leads to you as it relates to the Vice President. I said, no. As it relates to the Vice President, all roads leads to office of the President. And I tell them plainly, the Vice President is a very open person. You could call him and you will get him. He's willing to talk to anybody. That's the first discussion we had. Right? I thought their interest was getting an interview with the Vice President. So I said, go to the direction there. Isabel thereafter made me aware that her interest was getting people to say things. Now, me no nobody. If you want to say something, you could call for me live. Me turn on me live. And me turn on the thing. If you want to say, ask me how much for me gory. If anything you want to ask me, you could ask publicly. Y'all know how I do me thing, right? Anything what I doing is live. So when I realized they wanted people who could say things, I said, not me. Me know how to help you there. Now, it is not my interest. People saying, Critic, like you said to the Vice President, it's not my interest to protect the Vice President. I ain't there in politics. I ain't there here for the people. You understand? It's not my, if people saying, well, I should have called the Vice President and tell you, contrary to popular belief, me and the Vice President ain't friends. I ask questions and the Vice President answers every time. Simple as that. The Vice President got a lot to give to the people. I want to hear about it. Simple as that. Right? When I realized Vice News interest was a series, I don't know Showtime. Maybe you want to do something live and hear me talk, hear me cuss, ask many questions. That's how I do it. I can't do nothing edit. Me hiding nothing. No. Me ain't got to that level yet. I am getting some ideas now. Right? So we going down. And this is, again, for those of you who've just tuned in, this is the interactions between myself and Isabel Young. And why? Yeah. You could ask about anything. We always live and direct. So we got to so even when they come in GT, the interest, and you would hear her voice telling me they have an interest in us meeting up, right? We can play it now. Let me see, hold on. So we play that now. Oh shit, sorry about that. I got to unmute the TV. You're gonna hear what Isabel. And before I delve into the Showtime Vice episode that will be aired tonight, before I delve into that, I must make the Guyanese citizens aware of where I stand and what role I have played and what I've been previewed to. So I was in contact with Vice News and Isabella Young, and our first interaction was her reaching out to me before coming to Guyana on January the 21st, 2022. This is...
Hi, Critic, how are you? It's Isabel here. I was just calling because...
I responded. Hold on. I get two things playing. I also responded with some calls. The details of our discussions I will be making public when the complete episode is out this evening. Or cool. So like I had two things open there. Yeah, so back to this one, and this is Isabel sending Isabel Young, Vice Showtime reporter, a journalist, Isabel Young.
Hi, Critic, how are you? It's Isabel here. I was just calling because we have touchdown in Georgetown, and I would love to catch up with you, so let me know if you're around this afternoon or this evening. We are at your disposal, so just let us know when might be a good time to grab you.
So there were a number of phone calls where different things were discussed, but this is the extent of the messages so far. So that is the voice of, because people are going to ask, when I'm talking directly to the video and what really transpired there and my take, that's what people expect of me. How did I have so much in-depth knowledge about this? And they're going to say, why you didn't tell Jagdeo? It's not me job. If somebody is coming here and they're going to uncover corruption, it's the... Yes, and there's not me job or warn Jagdeo or warn nobody. Me job is the same job. The thing is, I don't do a show. You understand? Somebody's saying, why am I saying this all now? It's not my job. I'm not a government official. If anybody comes here and tell me they're looking to keep politicians in check and uncover corruption, I got fully support them. Right? What exactly happened? Now people say you could take over that. You see me on any video? Not me. I don't play. Me and the realest thing coming out of Guyana by joke, I've proven myself. Right? So now let's go into the Vice video itself. Do I have to show you more proof of my connection to Vice News? And the fact that I was aware that they were here and everything else. I ain't got to show no more proof, right? Do I have to show any more proof? All right, let me go straight into it now. So this is the Vice, and most of you would have already seen this video, right? It's on Showtime. You could go there and look at it. And a lot of people are claiming that they're taking it down. Nobody's taking it down. Showtime expect you to go and pay to see their show. That is what it is. It's a show. Right? Now, I can't explain for Jagdeo. I can explain for me and what I know and why I didn't carry out with Vice News. I can't talk for Jagdeo. I can't make up these things. You, the individual, have to look at it. Some people saying, Critic, you're not nervous. Critic nervous about what? Not me, they up there. They ain't got to video with me. I ain't got no connection. I ain't got no business dealing. Now, when Vice News, again for clarity, when Vice News came to Guyana and they went to the interior, they went to a place called Sarama, right? And that is up there. I was aware of that. They went to, as you see, I say, where are you guys going? So just stop. Hey, lovely, you extend your trip. What time will you be back on Friday? Any chance we can meet you first thing? We are heading out of GT just for a weekend, but would love to catch up before we head out. Now, Isabel and her team headed to a place called Sarama. Do you know where Sarama is? It's on the trail to Lethem. And Sarama is owned by an opposition MP. There, at Sarama, they met an opposition MP's family member. Now, again, people are going to say, when I tell you, Critic, you lie. But, look here. I was preview to all of that. Right? Uncle Critic, you're getting people bored, bro. No, we gotta go into details. This here is important for Guyanese. And you gotta go into details. If you could have listened to them people for 16 minutes after they've been down here and do the editing, me live. Yeah, I could see mistakes and all. Right? So, Isabel and her team went to Sarama. Sarama is an Yal research. Is owned by an opposition MP, sitting opposition MP. Funny enough, they did not show any video of the questions they asked the MP family member and what was told to them. Right? And you're going to see in their video, you're going to ask yourself, what is the program about? And why am I discussing it in this way? Right? So they went in the interior, they went to Sarama, where this is a matter of fact. They met at the opposition MP's property and had lengthy discussions with an opposition MP family member. Right? Just for clarity. So all the time, they're doing the filming, doing the thing. Let's go into the video itself now. And this, everybody can see this on Showtime. There's no secret. Nobody blacking it. It's black because it's copyrighted. The intention is to create a show that you could go and look on Showtime. It's an HBO, Hulu kind of thing. It's cable, right? So let's go into what's being said here. Has just won this bid. So they didn't only come looking for something. They specifically wanted to plan things. And I'm going to go into the second phone call Isabel Young and myself had. Where her interest was having people who will say. I said, I don't do nothing edited because first thing I asked how it was going to be done. If we're going to uncover corruption, how will it be done? And if you're not doing anything live, it becomes very dangerous in this day and age. Editing videos. Vice Showtime series have been known and complaints have been received for that. Y'all go and do your research. That's not my thing. Just type in Vice in Google. It's not my job to represent anyone. Not Vice, not the Vice President. It's just my job to lay the facts down clear. Right? Listen to what she's saying. A contract that until today is not awarded, she's saying in this video.
That project, and that deal is on hundreds of millions of dollars. And what we've heard is that...
What we've heard is that. Are you guys hearing this clearly? As clearly as I am hearing it? Are we hearing the same thing? Because we're going through the video. Just tell me if you're hearing it loud and clear. What video is cut out? This is a video I download from the thing. This is the series you're looking at. Wait, I can't handle the truth where I get it? Our life was black? Shit. Shit. We gotta find a way around this. All right, let's call it a day. Shut down.